Hello, everybody. NC4XL, North Carolina for extreme lovers. I don't know how to address this particular one because a couple things I see more and more people getting excited about parks on the air from the hunters and from the activators. And I'm an activator at heart, started out hunting. So, activators, I'm going to direct this at you, and this is to help you think. That's all it's for. You choose whatever you like. And hunters, listen along because without you folks, these activators might not go out anymore. But the thing growing up in my lifetime, the word goals or directions come across and was beat into my head. When you're new to parks on the air, there are many different facets that you don't understand because you haven't got there yet. And all we're going to do is try to throw a bunch of them at you. It's not meant to confuse you, but it's to give you some direction options where you want to go. Not where I have been, not where your friends have been, but where you may consider going down that road. Many times I'll share a photo of me and the road behind me leading to the activation. When I first started, I didn't know anything about repeat offenders. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what an eagle was and a bear's den and a foxhole. But as time went by activating parks, I had a learning curve put before me in the awards section. And that's what you have. But let's put some bumps in the road. Do I want to go get my kilo at every park that I can? And how fast can I do it? Or do you have to do it fast? Do it fun. Do it fun. Don't make a race out of it till you wear yourself out that you'll never want to do it again. There's roves. A rove, it consists of 5 parks run in a single UTC date. 5 parks for a rover. And there's different levels, 10, 15, 20, all the way up to 40 plus. And is it possible? Yes, very much so. It takes some careful planning, and that's the activator's part. The hunter, your part is to have your beam ready to rock and roll and chase them because propagation changes. As an activator, one of the things that you're going to learn right away is propagation controls every move you make. So being able to have the arsenal of antennas to operate on the bands at the time and the location where you're at. You may be in a 4 or 5 state radius that you want to run all the parks that are 20 miles inside each state line. That's your choosing. Do it. Plan it. If you just want to get out and see a park or a WMA, wildlife management area, or a game land that you've never been to, take your radio. Now, you may not want to activate it. You may not be ready to activate it. But remember, when you're in a park, a designated park, not one that's a county, okay, or a city run, but a designated park, and you want to play on the radio, you can, and hopefully have internet, you can work all the park to parks you want. Okay? You don't have to spot yourself. Just go work them. But be respectful enough that every park to park you work, that when you complete 10, you make sure you upload that log. But if you get 6, still upload those contacts, because that activator, like you, are out there on shirt tail budgets in the elements of cold, hot, wet weather, murky road conditions, mosquitoes with tail numbers, and black flies, and the downbeating sun. There's a lot of elements that hunters have no earthly idea, and I'm not complaining. I'm more than glad to have people come out with me and watch me. And sometimes I even want to slow down some to make somebody else who's sincerely interested in becoming an activator, give them the experience. Same thing for you folks when you're out there. Husband and wife teams. We got some outstanding husband and wife teams. If your spouse is licensed and wants to get involved, take your time. Don't race. Don't work for numbers other people get, okay? That's the biggest part of this thing. Do what you want to do. If you want to activate every park in your state, then plan it. Plan it. See when you can do it, what's the best routes. Do the research on maps, possibly looking for 2-fers or 3-fers, okay? Talk with your senior folks that have run parks in certain areas. I know Mike and I, KN4XP and myself, we try to, in our area, our part of North Carolina, share where somebody could run a 2-fer or a 3-fer and still have access to trees and not be confined by some of the rangers that are more restrictive. So we share that, and I know there's many other states that are offering it. Most activators started out as hunters. Don't forget where you came from as a hunter when you become an activator. There are hit and gets, that's rove type activations where you're going in, you're going to get 18 or 15, and that's it. You're not going to stay, even though the pileup is still there. That's going to happen. And hunters, be aware that it's going to happen. You'll wonder, where did they go? What happened? You have another opportunity if it's slow and you work some strong stations, activators, a little trick or a little extra for you. Know your equipment and do like I do. I work some folks, especially Invis type activations, on multiple modes. CW, FM, AM, and of course sideband. So if I work somebody on sideband and they're close enough on the right band and we can work, then we'll work FM, and then we'll work Charlie Whiskey, and then we'll work AM. That there is 4 different contacts at that park with that one party. So there's another means of making some things happen. When you're out in a park, if you are with a licensed better half and you have 2-meter handheld, 440 handheld, you can work each other for the park. Now, let me explain that. If you have one handheld, both of you can't do that. That's not legit. But having 2 separate radios working each other while in the park is a legitimate contact. The same thing if you have 2 vehicles and you run the ATOS like what I do. Run the bands 40, 20, 15, 17, 12, 10. Oh, guess what? You can do FM, CW, AM, single sideband. Now you have an opportunity not to get caught running short on contacts if you have somebody with you. Just a couple things that will help you there. But whatever your goal is, not what mine. I remember getting my 100th activation. Oh, what it felt good. I ran my 200th activation where there was two operators and we were both focused on getting 200 contacts that day. KO4 Tango X-Ray November, Steve and I. I remember getting the kilos. So when we first started out, how am I going to get 1,000 contacts in that park? One at a time. Managing your contacts and your modes can assist you in getting some of your goals that you shoot for. Be realistic about whatever you should decide you want to do. And remember, we don't have failures. We have days that the activations might not complete themselves because of equipment failure, the weather elements, the bugs. Like I say, mosquitoes with tail numbers is not a fun place to be, I can assure you. But we still take the time to upload those contacts because all parties involved earned it, whether it's from the activator side or from the hunter side. And the more fun that activators have and excitingness out in the field, many hunters at home are jealous or envious and may want to try it. Reach out to your club members that may have an interest. Don't push them. Don't push them. Just invite them. If they have a 20-minute sit with you and that's all they can stand because of the noise or whatever, that's okay. That's 20 minutes of an experience that they would normally not even look at. So it's a good thing. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your group as an activator and as a hunter. I've enjoyed both sides of it, but as time goes along, the body's catching up, and I know that, and I need to be honest with myself. So I want you folks to continue on. Reach out. Don't worry about that four-letter word goal. Make it whatever word you want and spell it the way you want, but go out for a direction and not just shoot from the hip, but give yourself a challenge, because when you accomplishment, it's a reward inside that's quite impressive. I share this too, and I'll one last note. I've had a chance to work Larry, KE8 Uniform Kilo X-Ray, for many contacts. He's professional. He doesn't make you feel like you're a number. He makes you feel like you're a person. And I worked real hard. I missed an opportunity one other time to do something for him. Today I took that opportunity because he was going out, and I kept up on the news, so to speak, and was able to record him making his 100th activation. So that's a good thing. Thank you all for being part of what we do out in the field. 73s.